We have a young lady, a Palmer High graduate, who last June went to Orlando, Florida, and brought home 2 golds and a silver at the USA Summer Games for the Special Olympics. But she has her sights set a little bit higher this summer. She says it was quite a rush to win those medals in Orlando, but the real prize comes this month as I have the honor to represent the United States at the World Special Olympics in Berlin, Germany. She says not only will I go for the gold.
Good evening and welcome to Palmer, Alaska. We've had a little technical issues here, but we're on the air. This is Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play. Throwing out the ceremonial first pitch for the first game of the ABL season for the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. They'll take on the Matsu Miners. And there's the first pitch, and it made it to the plate on a hop. We'll walk you through the starting lineups here momentarily. This is Dr. John Groth on the play-by-play. Shane Steffen will be my stat guy all year. All right, we're trying to get rid of that.
Let's play some Matsu Miners baseball.
Walk you through the lineups here for the Chinooks. They're led by first-year head coach Tim Cole. We did have pregame interviews. I'm not sure you heard those, as for whatever reason we were on the air for a couple of minutes and then we got cut off. So there goes Ted McGovern down to first base. Nice little jog in his step. He's got the short sleeve pullover on tonight. And Tim Cole with the short sleeve pullover in the third base coach's box. The Chinook lineup looks like this for tonight. Leading off in center field is Mike Kelly. Batting second, the shortstop, Tommy Rover. Batting third, right fielder, Ben Weaver. Batting cleanup, first baseman, Ryan Matheson. Batting fifth, catcher, Austin Young. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Ryan Callahan. Batting seventh, designated hitter, Ty Beck. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Logan Manson. Batting ninth, the second baseman, Ryan Lanesha. On the mound for the Chinooks, Evan Etchison, a junior out of Grace College. Defensively for the Miners, Maddox Haley in left, Sebastian Tomerlin in center, Caden Carpenter in right. Around the infield, Braden Rogers at third, Emilio Barreras at short, Alex Thurston at second, Cooper Vest at first. Behind the plate, it's Austin Machado, and on the mound, 6'5", 210, a right-handed sophomore from Blackfoot, Idaho, College of Southern Idaho, a right-hander, Camden Dahl. Camden Dolly on the mound for the Matsu Miners, and they're all whites tonight. There goes the throw to second base. We're moments from first pitch here in Palmer, Alaska. Glad you're with us.
2023 season for the Chugiak Eagle River.
We're going to work on the live stats. Live stats are responsibility of the home team, so we'll try to bring those into the broadcast as soon as they're available. So once the game starts, I think those live stats will start, and we'll work on that again between innings. So hopefully here after the first half inning, we'll be able to pull those live stats into our broadcast as kind of a scoreboard for you. First pitch of the night. Going to miss inside, ball one. We're underway at 6:08, a couple minutes late here in the opener. Glad you're with us. Would love to hear from where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Of course, most of you in the lower 48 are going to have some time differences. The 1-0 pitch, little looper into left field. Tough play, and caught by the left fielder, Maddox Haley. Nice grab out there for the first out of the season for the Miners. Mike Haley is out on the F7. So 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the first inning. Here's another left-hander, Tommy Rover. Actually, Tommy's a switchy, and he'll step in from the left side off the right-handed sophomore, Condon Dolly. It's going to work from the stretch. First pitch in there for a strike, says home plate umpire Brad Polk. 3-man umpiring crew here in Palmer. Again, 70 degrees at game time, 35% humidity. Supposed to be able to pull in the live stats. And I'm not sure they're popping just yet. So we're going to have to keep you abreast as to what's going on here. We don't have a scoreboard at the ballpark, so we're going to be flying blind here a little bit tonight. Next pitch in there for a strike, and there's the first strikeout for Condon Dolly, and there's 2 away.
Right fielder number 8, Ben Weaver.
Here's Ben Weaver, the right fielder for the Chinooks. Kristen Young checking in from Fresno, California. Appreciate that. 2 outs, nobody aboard here in Palmer. First pitch to Weaver, in there for a strike. Of course, Weaver, one of the returning Chinooks from last year. And the Chinooks have 5 returning players on the club this year. The 0-1, going to miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chinooks in their red tops with the gray pants, and of course the Miners in their all whites with the white or the yellow ball caps and the green bills. Next pitch, check swing, fouled off, 1-2. Of course, the hitters, you know, for some of these hitters, they haven't seen live in some of them probably a month, and so it's a challenge for them. I would always argue that the pitchers have a little bit of an advantage in the early going in the ABL. We'll see how that works itself out. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts for Condon Dolly. And the Chinooks go in order. 1, 2, 3.
No runs, no hits, no
That'll do it.
0-0, end of the half inning.
The Chinooks 3 up, 3 down, nothing across here in the top of the first. We'll work on that scoreboard for you, see if we can get it on the screen. And we'll come back with the Matsu Miners lineup in just a minute. All right, we should have that scoreboard for you. There goes the runner, throw down by Audie, and he's going to be safe. Stolen base for Sebastian Tamerlan. Barreras lined out to short to start the inning, and Tamerlan was hit by a pitch. He just stole second. So runner's second with one away. First stolen base of the year for Tamerlan. So the Miners quickly have a runner in scoring position, and one out here in the inning. Evan Etchison from the stretch. Little looper left field. This could be trouble. And coming in and can't quite come up with it. Ryan Callahan, a long run off his glove. That's going to be a hit. And Vest will be on with the single to left field. 1B7. And that will move Tamerlan to third. Runners on the corners for Matsu here in inning number 1. And now it's Maddox Haley stepping in. Left fielder for the Miners. So Barreras, the leadoff hitter, Emilio Barreras, the shortstop. Then it was Sebastian Tamerlan, the center fielder, batting second. And now it's Maddox Haley, the left fielder, batting cleanup. First pitch by Etchison, misses ball 1. Barreras, Tamerlan, Vest. And now Haley. In the 5 spot, Caden Carpenter batting 6th. Braden Rogers batting 7th. Mario Bajarano fouled to the right side. Out of play. Batting 8th is the catcher, Austin Machado, and batting 9th for the Miners, second baseman Alex Thurston. Defensively for the Chinooks, Ryan Callahan in left, Mike Kelly in center, Ben Weaver in right. Around the infield, Logan Mance at third. Tommy Rover at short, Ryan Lanesha at second. There's the throw to second. He's tagged out. The runner will score, however, and they'll take a run for an out every time. Stolen base, or Vest is caught stealing, 2-4. Coming home to score is Tamerlan on the stolen base. And so it's 1-0 Miners here in the bottom of the first inning. A lot happening on that play. So you got Vest caught stealing at second, 2-4. And you had Tamerlan stealing. He'll get a stolen base, his second of the inning, coming home. So 2 stolen bases in the inning for Tamerlan. 2 outs, nobody aboard, as Haley continues to bat here with a 1-2 count. Now Etchison from the windup, the pitch. Foul tip, Audie holds on, strike 3. First strikeout of the night for the big right-hander Evan Etchison. But the Miners get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave nobody on, and after 1 complete inning here in Palmer, Alaska, Chugiak Baseball back on the air here in the Alaska Baseball League. It's the Chinooks 0, and the Miners 1. Back with the second inning in just a minute. All right, let me welcome you back on the air. Really apologize. I don't know what we had an issue with earlier on, but thanks for hanging in there. Spread the word. We're back online. We were on for a while. Had good pregame interviews with both head coaches tonight. We'll do those all season, so we'll catch back up with Coach Cole and maybe play his interview from tonight, tomorrow night if you missed it. But I will do that every night. We'll do pregame interviews with the coaches, and we'll start working our way through the roster with the players as well. But thanks for checking in. We've had a number of people checking in. The live stats are going to be on the Miners website. So if you want a full box score, go to the Matsu Miners website, and you can get the full box score there. We'll have the line score up on top of the broadcast for you all night. First pitch of the second inning is outside, ball 1. This is Ryan Matheson first baseman for the Chinooks. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. Had the honor of being the head coach for the Chinooks first 10 years, and this year I'm in the booth, general manager and broadcaster. Foul tip by Matheson. And we have no scoreboard here at in Palmer, so we are flying blind. We're going to have to keep really close eye on what the count is. We'll rely on home plate umpire Brad Polk to give us the count regularly tonight. Next pitch, line drive foul, right side out of play. And count is 2-2, I think. Innings. Yeah, so you just go right over there. Next pitch to Ryan. Check swing did not go. They're going to check the first base umpire. He says palms down, no swing. And I think we're 2-2 here. We're going to be guessing all night unless Coach Mr. Polk. 2-1. 2-2. You just put both fingers up. So we got B's in the press box here. The 2-2 offering, hard hit ball to short. This is going to be the shortstop Barajas throws it across and just gets Matheson. And there's one up and one down here in the second for the Chinooks. Now stepping in is the catcher, Austin Young. Audie Young, one of 5 returning Chinooks this year, gets his first at bat of the season. First pitch, in there for a strike, it's 0-1. Just getting started here, top of the second. Now we are playing NC2A rules, so the umpires and the pitchers and the batters are going to be used to kind of keeping things rolling right along. Next pitch, catches the corner, 0-2. Well, pretty nice crowd here for the opener. Matsu generally one of the teams that will draw a lot of fans here in Palmer. We're expecting good things out of the Chinook fans tomorrow with our own home opener. Next pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-0 Miners. Top of the second inning. We're playing 9. As we will in every ball game unless we have a doubleheader. 1-2 pitch just off the plate, not by much. Pretty good slider right there by the big right-hander, Condon Dolly. 6'5", 210, sophomore out of the College of Southern Idaho. Blackfield, Idaho native. From the stretch, the kick. The next pitch is going to miss, and I think we're even now, 2-2. Oh, full count. Excuse me, 3-2. Somehow I missed a pitch in there. So a full count to Audie. Dolly, the kick, the pitch. Misses outside, ball 4, and there's the first walk of the night.
Now batting
for Dolly.
Number 25, Ryan Callahan.
Here's the left fielder, Ryan Callahan. First time as a Chinook. He'll step in. Coach Cole going through the signs down there in the third base box. Ted McGovern, the Colonel, in the first base coach's box for the Chinooks. Dolly from the stretch, the pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. 4, 5, and 6 for the Chinooks this inning. Matheson, Young, and now Callahan. Chinooks went in order in inning number 1. Dolly, the pitch. Kind of jammed him, a little swinging bunt. Dolly's going to have to hurry. Boy, nice pick at first by Vest to get the out. 2 outs. Dolly threw a worm burner over there.
Now batting.
And Cooper Vest was able to scoop it out of the dirt. Nice play over there. It'll go in the books as a 1-3. And there's 2 away. Austin Young goes to second base on the fielder's choice. Here's Ty Beck, the DH. And Ty Beck, what a nice year he had at the Masters as a true freshman. He'll step in from the left side here in inning number 2. 1-0 Miners. Ty with a chance to drive in a run here. Runner in scoring position is Austin Young, his teammate at the Masters. First pitch to Ty. Breaking pitch. Well, pretty good spot, and yeah, I would say so. Austin Machado going to go out and have a chat with Dolly as he got crossed up there. He was expecting a fastball, and that was a pretty good pitch. Could have been a strike, and he was moving all over the place, and by the time he caught it, it was called a ball. And Ty, being a catcher, having a little chat with Machado as he jogs back to his catching position. A little smile on Ty's face. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Missed inside, 2-0. Ty Beck, the 7th hitter in the Chinook lineup here in the 2nd inning. Logan Mance swinging a bat in the on-deck circle. A lot of foul territory here at Herman Brothers Field in Palmer. Little tapper to short. This is going to be Barajas. Emilio throws it across, and that's the inning. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house.
No runs, no hits, no errors.
And you got one left on for the Chinooks. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. It's still 1-0 Miners. Welcome back to Palmer, Alaska. Dr. John Groth with you on the play-by-play. And no, Coach G is not staying in Texas this year. Coach G is up in the press box. Stream cut off, and glad we're back on board here. So, of Utah, freshman from American Fork, Utah. He'll step in from the left side. First pitch is going to miss low, ball 1. Evan Etchison back on the mound for the Chinooks. 2nd inning of work. Struck out 1 in the 1st inning. Gave up 1 run on 1 hit. Full windup for Etch. The pitch. Off the plate. Pops out of Audie's glove. 2 balls and no strikes to the big left-hander, Caden Carpenter, right fielder. Miners wearing their all-white uniforms tonight. Kind of look like the Oakland A's. That pitch drifts outside. 3-0. 5, 6, and 7 for Matsu here in the 2nd inning. Fouled straight back. Pretty good hack right there. And 3-1. We're going to be guessing at the count all night, so apologize if we get the count wrong here. We got it right, though. 3-1. Says home plate umpire. Here's the pitch. Pop up left side. That's going to drift into the stands. And it's 3-2. Again, massive amounts of foul territory here at Herman Brothers. I don't know if I've maybe ever been at a ballpark that's got more foul territory than this one. And so what that means is these hitters are going to get some foul ball outs. Breaking pitch just missed, not by much. I could not have taken that pitch with 2 strikes. But Carpenter gets the call. That'll be walk number 1 for Etchison.
Rogers.
And here's Braden Rogers, the 3rd baseman for the Miners. He'll step in from the right side. Braden Rogers, 6'1", 185 out of Central Arizona Community College. Redshirt freshman from Queen Creek, Arizona. And a little bit of a delay, but now we're ready to go. 1-0 Miners, top or bottom of the 2nd inning. There goes the runner. The bunt and run is on. He fouls it off, and everybody has to go back. So a little aggressive small ball here in inning number 2 for the Miners. And the right fielder Carpenter on the move, and Rogers trying to lay down the bunt. Well, both these teams are waiting on their full allotment of players right now. Chinooks waiting on 5 different, or actually I think 6 different guys. And Landon Cody will land tonight, so we'll have one more pitcher on the roster in town. And one by one, the Chinooks that aren't here yet will get into town. And Miners in the same boat. They're missing a number of guys as well. So that'll be kind of league-wide here the first week or so. That breaking pitch missed. Etch from the stretch, the pitch. There's the bunt again, and I thought he tried to bunt at it. Not sure he pulled it back. And nobody's going to ask any questions there. I thought he went after that ball. 2-1, they called it a ball, so let's go back and look at the replay on that. Sure looked like he kept his bat out there, but he must have pulled it back. Little looper into center field, tough play, and falls in front of Kelly for a single. All the way to third goes Carpenter. It'll be a single for Rogers, and the Miners back in business here in the second inning. Little bloop single in front of center fielder Mike Kelly. Good read by Carpenter on the bases. He gets all the way to third base. So you got runners on the corners now. For the designated hitter.
Now batting, designated hitter number 48, Mario Bejarano.
Mario Bejarano. I waited for the PA guy to say his name. I was trying to sort it out. Bejarano, his first at bat of the 2023 campaign. He'll step in from the left side. 7 hitter in the minor lineup. First pitch, outside half, strike 1. Good fastball from starter Evan Etchison. 4-2 on the year at Grace College. 3.91 ERA for the right-hander. 50 2/3 innings, 51 strikeouts to 22 walks. And looked like a changeup maybe that Audie blocks, saves a run there. 1 ball, 1 strike. 9 appearances for Evan Etchison in this season, all 9 of them as a starter. Opposing batters hit .227 off the junior from Grace College, Evan Etchison. So he gets the nod as the Game 1 starter for the Chinooks this summer. Talked to Coach Cole on the pregame interview and talked about the fact that one of the challenges of coaching summer ball, especially early on, is you really don't want to overextend anyone. And so you're going to have to keep an eye on the pitch count. And that ball was fouled off. Base runner on the move there. Braden Rogers has to go back to first base. Runners in the corners for Matsu. That's another foul ball. And, boy, you can't really see it, but off to the left, just over the left field foul pole, is Pioneer Peak here in Matsu. Just a beautiful sight. Snow-covered mountains in the left field area of the ballpark in the background. Next pitch, boy, look out in the dugout. Late on that one, tardy on the fastball. And I think we're at a 2-2 count here. Again, we're without a scoreboard. Scoreboard not operating here in Palmer tonight, so bear with us on those things. I'm not sure why that scoreboard says 2-0. But it's not 2-0, it's 1-0. Our live stats a little bit off so far. I think they're getting adjusted. There's a little tapper right out in front of the mound, and Etch will flip it over for the first out of the inning. So effectively that's a bunt, but it'll go 1-3 on the fielder's choice. And over to second goes Rogers. Second and third, 1 away for Austin Machado, the catcher.
Catcher number 25, Austin Machado.
Machado, 6'1", 205 out of St. John's, a sophomore from Cardiff, California. Well, obviously Alaska Baseball League, like a lot of summer leagues, will have players on all these clubs from all over the lower 48 and a handful from Alaska as well. Breaking pitch misses low, and Audie able to keep it in front of him enough to keep Carpenter at third base. So Caden Carpenter at third, Braden Rogers at second, 1 away as Austin Machado, the 8th batter in the minor lineup, steps in. Next pitch, off the plate. Oh, excuse me, strike called. Well, we'll try to address some of those questions. We do have a number of position guys that are two-way players on the Chinook roster, and that will help the cause when you go through a summer season like we are. I think we have 2 or 3 Chinooks that can pitch and have pitched in college. Foul tip, and Young holds on to it for strike 2. So, heard from Miss Young. And anyone else out there that wants to chime in on the live stats, have at it. Foul tip. Boy, barely took that out of the glove of Austin Young. Just staying alive on that breaking pitch. And I think we're 2-2 here. 1-2, excuse me. There you go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 aboard, second and third, with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. The pitch. Pop up. That's going to be out of play. We have a strong wind. I don't know that I believe. I got on the weather app, and boy, it said something about the winds being like 5 miles an hour. I don't buy it. I heard we had, and when I got on one of the websites, it said we had a red flag warning, and that's more like it. Next pitch, a little tapper, and this will get over Etch's head to second. It'll be a RBI, fielder's choice. 4-3. Austin Machado drives in run number 2 for the Miners. He'll get an RBI on that play. And coming home to score is Carpenter. Rogers over to third base.
Thurston.
Here's the 9-hitter, Alex Thurston, the second baseman. Runner at third and 2 away for the Miners. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Not sure why the live stats thing isn't quite working, but we'll see if that's not our doing. That's going to be the home team to keeping the live stats there. So it is 2-0. That score is accurate, but they've scored 1 run in each inning so far. 0-1 on the 9-hitter, Alex Thurston. Evan Etchison, the kick. The pitch misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of inning number 2 in game number 1 here in the Alaska Baseball League. Chinooks at the Miners. The pitch. Fly ball, right field, but out of play. And that's a souvenir for somebody. Well, the crowd continuing to trickle in as it always does here in Palmer, and in what I've noticed over the years is kind of a late arriving crowd. We got earlier start times this year in the ABL. All the games in the ABL are going to be 6 o'clock starts. That ball's pretty well hit into left center field. Kelly drifts over, makes the grab, and that's your inning. F7 if you're scoring at the house. The Miners get 1 run on 1 hit. They'll leave 1 runner on. Eight, 9, and 1 for the Chinooks. Logan Mance to lead it off here in the top of the third inning. Dr. John Grove. Well, it's certainly great to see Calvin chiming in. Calvin Johnson, the voice of the Chinooks last year. Boy, I got a big chair to fill here. CJ. Glad you're trying to put Logan Mance at first base. And now it's Ryan Lanesha.
Now batting, second baseman number 1, Ryan Leonasia.
Lanesha, his first plate appearance of the summer. Ryan Lanesha, Cal State Stanislaus, 6 foot 185, a sophomore. First pitch swinging, pops it up out of play, and it's 0-1. So 8-9-1 for the Shugiak Eagle River Chinooks here in inning number 3. They trail 2-0. Our live stat scoreboard going to be a little bit off. I know the point streak stat program is not an easy one to navigate, so our partners to the left of us are doing that. Little tapper to second. Boy, you flip it to short, you get the lead runner. And so there's going to be 1 out. That'll go 4-6 on the fielder's choice. Lanesha will reach on the fielder's choice. Mance is out at second base.
Michael Kelly.
4-6. With 1 out and 1 aboard, back to the top you go. Mike Kelly flew out to left field his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Mike Kelly, 5'11", 155, a junior out of East Stroudsburg University, Montgomery County Community College transfer. And Schwenksville, Pennsylvania. First pitch misses, ball 1. 324 average for Kelly at East Stroudsburg this year. Stole 32 for 33 in stolen bases. So we need some speed at the top of that lineup, and Kelly hopefully will provide that this summer. Next pitch just misses. And Condon Dolly thought he had a strike there. I think it's 2-0. It's 2-0, even though the scoreboard says differently, but I'm sure they're trying to fix the error on that. Next pitch. Misses low, and I think we got a 3-0 count on Mike Kelly. Yes, it is. No scoreboard here at the ballpark tonight, so we're going to do our best to keep up with things. Spinning a lot of plates up here in the press box, and I know Calvin knows about that. Next pitch. And that's in there for a strike, 3-1. Well, the sun was out earlier, and now we got a little bit of cloud cover, so it's cooled down a little bit. It was hot in this press box about an hour ago, and sun, we had to drop the shade down. Thankfully, they do have a shade here. Allowed us to see our equipment. Next pitch, fouled straight back. Ryan Lanesha at first. Mike Kelly at the plate with 1 out in a 3-2 count. We'll see if Lanesha is off with this pitch. Dolly with the stretch. And the pitch. There goes the runner. Little looper into left field. Should be playable for Haley. Makes the grab. And there's 2 outs. Boy, you got to hustle back to first. Almost doubled him off. Lanesha had to hustle back. So Kelly's out on the F7 for the second time tonight. 2 outs in the inning. And now it's Tommy Rover.
Number 6, Tommy Rover.
Tommy Rover, 5'8", 175, the switch-hitting sophomore from Fresno Pacific University. A Brentwood, California native. Tommy hit .319 on the year for Fresno Pacific. Fouled out of play in the first pitch, 0-1. We're in the top of the third. It's 2-0. Our live stat scoreboard, I'm sure they're over there efforting to try to get that. The Miners scored 1 in the first and 1 in the second, not 3 in the first. There goes the runner, and you throw it down. And safe at second base is Ryan Lanesha. First stolen base of the summer for the Chinooks. And Ryan's first stolen base. So now you got a Chinook in scoring position with 2 outs. 2-0 Miners. We're in the top of the third inning. Chinooks got their first base hit of the night by Logan Mance to lead this inning off. A little dribbler up the middle. Infield single. There's a tapper to first base. Nice play over there by Cooper Vest. He takes it himself. That'll go 3 unassisted for the final out. No runs on one hit. You leave one on. We're through 2.5 innings here in Palmer, Alaska. It's Matsu 2 and Chugiak 0. Back in just a minute. You're watching Chinook Baseball on the Alaska Baseball League Network. Emilio Barreras to lead it off for the Miners here in the inning number 3. They lead it 2-0. First pitch from Etchison in their first strike, breaking pitch. 0-1. Barreras lined out to short his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Little tapper is going to go foul. Quickly 0-2. Barreras, 6 foot 160 out of Grand Canyon, a freshman. Another tapper to first base, and boy, took a funny hop at the last moment on Matheson. He speared it, stepped on the bag, and there's one away.
14, Sebastian Tamerlan.
3U if you're scoring at the house. Here's Sebastian Tamerlan, the center fielder. He got hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first inning. So officially 0 for 0. He'll step in from the left side. Tamerlan, 6 foot 170 out of Central Arizona Community College. He's a freshman from Mesa, Arizona. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. It's 0-1. Etchison, the full windup. Another swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2. I have 2 runs on 2 hits for the Miners. And they're trying to get the scoreboard right next door here. Do appreciate the help we got on getting online. As got that report that there's a little bit of a glitch to the live stream. I hope that's not the case. Not sure what to do about that. Well, yeah, we can't control the internet speed at this. Maybe can try to make some adjustments to the quality of the stream that may help the cause here. But there's a swing and a miss, and Audie, it hit the dirt. He'll throw it down, and there's the second strikeout of the night for Evan Etchison. And there's 2 up and 2 down here in the third.
Now batting, first baseman number 17, Cooper Vest.
Cooper Vest will step in. He singled to left field his first time up. Cooper Vest, 6 foot 190 out of Brigham Young, a sophomore from St. Gorger, Utah. Line drive right back at Etch. He knocks it down, throws it over there for out number 3, and he fist pumps as he looks into the Chinook dugout. That'll go 1-3. Boy, that could have been bad. Right off his leg, you're going to make sure he's okay. But that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the Miners here in the third inning. A 0 on the board. We'll go to the fourth inning. It's still 2-0 Miners. Ben Weaver stepping in for the Chinooks. 3, 4, and 5 here in the top of the fourth. Miners lead it 2-0. Our scoreboard a little bit off. They're trying to figure out point streak next door here. So be patient. We'll be on the hot seat tomorrow with keeping the live stats. My partner in crime, Shane Steffen, is taking notes tonight, and we'll be the official scorekeeper for tomorrow night's game. So point streak, not the easiest of stat programs to manage, a little clunky, and so I know we got some helpers next door. They've got the inning right, so that's good. Still haven't gotten the score quite right. The Miners scored 1 run in the first and 1 in the second. So it's 2-0 Miners as we play on here in the fourth. Next pitch. Boy, daddy hack right there from Ben Weaver. Did not get cheated. The ball will fly to right field here at Herman Brothers. The flag not showing much wind, but I tell you right now, it's more windy than we can tell from this vantage point in the press box. Next pitch, off the plate. Condon Dolly, the right-handed sophomore from Blackfield, Idaho. It's a 2-2 count now on Ben Weaver. He has been in there from the start. We're in the fourth inning. Don't have the pitch count information. Wish we had that. And Ben takes another pretty healthy swing and fouls it straight back. Count remains 2-2 on right fielder Ben Weaver. And Weaver had a nice year for Wheaton. Swing and a miss. Got him. Weaver goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. Took a third strike his first time up. That'll be strikeout number 3 for Condon Dolly. Here's Ryan Matheson. Matheson, a good year for the Masters University. 385 on the year. 47 ball games. He was a two-way player. And we had the question by Greg about how many pitchers we had. Line drive, right field. That'll be in there. Could be 2. Matheson hits first base and decides to stay there for the single. So it's second hit of the night for the Chinooks. Good piece of hitting by Ryan Matheson. That will bring up Austin Young, his Masters teammate.
Catcher number 12, Austin Young.
Austin Young, 373 year for the Masters University. He's out of Fresno. Dolly the stretch. The pitch fouled straight back as Audie takes a healthy rip at 0-0 fastball. Head coach Tim Cole coaching third base, and the Colonel, Ted McGovern, at first for the Chinooks. Dolly from the stretch. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. It's 0-2. We're in the top of inning number 4. It's 2-0 Miners. 1 in the first and 1 in the second. Chinooks have been blank so far. 2 hits for the Fish here tonight. Next pitch, misses high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dolly struck out 2 Chinooks in the first inning, and he picked up his 3rd strikeout just a moment ago and getting leadoff hitter Ben Weaver this inning. 3, 4, and 5 for the Chinooks this inning. Austin Young, the 5th batter in the lineup. Next pitch, ground ball to first. You flip it to short for 1, back to first, and no, did not get the double play. So it'll go 3-6 on the fielder's choice. So Young will reach first base. Matheson out at second on 3-6.
Left fielder
So runner at first
Ryan
with 2 outs.
Callahan.
Here's Ryan Callahan, the left fielder. Hit a little nub shot down to first base. He did a comebacker back to the mound his first time up. So he's 0 for 1. Callahan, 6'2", 220, sophomore from the University of California, Pennsylvania. Still don't understand that particular name for the place he went to school, but he's out of Bexley, Ohio, 281 on the year for the sophomore outfielder. Ball misses inside. It's 2-0 Miners. We're in the top of inning number 4. The pitch. Oh, it fouled off to the right side. I think we're 1 ball, 2 strikes. If you're just joining us, we are without a scoreboard here at Herman Brothers. General Manager Pete Christopher let us know that they had a windstorm up here and evidently took out the wireless receiver on the scoreboard. So they're going to try to get one in here before tomorrow's game. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 4 on the night for Dolly.
1 hit. No
And
errors, 1 man left.
The
At
Chinooks,
the end of 3.5.
no runs on 1 hit to leave a guy on.
0.
We are through 3.5 here at Herman Brothers in Palmer, Alaska. The Miners hold on to a 2-0 lead. Back in just a minute. Four, 5, and 6 for the Miners here in inning number 4. This is Maddox Haley. He struck out swinging his first time up. Full windup for Evan Etchison, misses ball 1. Maddox Haley, 6'2", 215 out of San Diego State, a freshman from La Mesa, California. 2 balls and no strikes. We're in the bottom of the 4th, 2-0 Miners. Well, we'll appreciate your patience as we get things rolling here in the 2023 ABL season. As each of these broadcasts are going to be a learning environment for the first few days, trying to get the right resolution. That may be part of the glitch that we've heard. Could be your internet at the house. Not exactly sure why it's glitching or why it might be glitching for some of you, but apologize for that. And we'll try to, if it's anything on our end, we'll try to make some adjustments and make sure that we're getting you a good stream, or as good as we can. So the leadoff walk to Haley is going to bring up Caden Carpenter. Check swing, did not go, ball 1. That walk was the second of the night for Etchison. Fastball misses away. And boy, now you might start thinking, we don't have access to the pitch count here, but it's 2-0 after a leadoff walk to Haley. Carpenter ahead in the count here. The pitch off the plate, 3-0. And this is a time in the game where early in the year, Audie's going to go out and have a chat with Etch. As might start thinking about who's going to be first out of the bullpen. You got somebody down there loosening their body. And just stretching out. Nobody tossing yet, but it's a 3-0 count on Carpenter, so you're 1 pitch away from 2 consecutive walks. He's going to show bunt, pull back, and sure enough, that's the 3rd walk of the night, 2nd in a row for Evan Etchison. So the Miners will bring Braden Rogers to the plate with 2 on, nobody out. Rogers a single to center field his first time up. Rogers 6'1", 185 out of Central Arizona. 1 for 1 tonight. Probably going to see a bunt here. Here's the pitch, no bunt. And it's called a strike. So a couple ways you can look at that. You can either, you don't really want to give up an out if the pitcher's going to continue to walk batters. So may have just put the take on there. Now we'll see if they decide to move these runners across. They are going to show the bunt. And thought he went after it, but no go, says home plate umpire Brad Polk. So it's 1-1. Two nothing Miners, bottom of inning number 4. The pitch. Line drive at third. You got a chance for 2. You throw to second. Got him. Double play by the Chinooks. Rogers hit an absolute laser at Logan Mance. That'll go L5-4 on the twin killing. Haley out at second base. Boy, you teach your runners to kind of freeze on those line drives. And the natural reaction for Maddox Haley was to take a couple of steps toward third, and that cost him dearly. So there's 2 outs in the inning with a runner at first, and now it's DH Mario. Boy, Bejarano is what it is. It's just having trouble coming off the tongue there. Bejarano fouls that pitch off, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Big left-hander. Hit a little tapper to the mound his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And Bejarano, let's see, he's actually on the roster as a pitcher. 5'11", 235. Another little tapper back to Etchison. He'll throw over, and that'll do it. No runs on no hits. You leave 1 on. And we are through 4 innings here in Palmer, Alaska. Miners hold on to a 2-0 lead. Back in just a minute. Ty Beck to lead it off for the Chinooks here in inning number 5. 7, 8, 9 for Chugiak here in the 5th inning. From the stretch, Condon Dolly back on the mound for the Miners. Little tapper right back to Dolly. Easy play, 1 out. So Ty Beck rounds out for the 2nd time tonight. And here's Logan Mance.
Number 21, Logan Mance.
Mance has the only, actually one of 2 Chinook hits tonight. Little infield single to the second baseman his last time up. Was caught stealing. No, actually was out at second base on the fielder's choice after his single up the middle. So Mance is hitting 1,000 in ABL play so far, 1 for 1. First pitch in there for a strike. University of Missouri, St. Louis, Slinger, Wisconsin for Logan Mance, 167 on the year. Next pitch is going to miss high, fastball. 6'1" and 200. Infield pitcher. By the way, the question by Greg earlier, I think we got 11 pitchers and 3 two-way guys. Logan Mance is one of our two-way players. Might see some time on the mound this summer for the Chinooks. Ryan Matheson, another two-way player, as is Peyton Neiman. So we have 3 position players that have logged some innings for their colleges in their seasons. Logan Mance had 7 appearances as a pitcher this year. And that's strike 3. And Logan taking a while to realize it's either strike 3 or that's strikeout number 5 for Condon Dolly, and there's 2 away. Here's Ryan Lanesha.
Now batting, second baseman number 1, Ryan Leonasia.
That's how he's saying it. I'm not sure he's got it right. Is that right? We're still learning names up here too. Little looper into right field, pretty well hit. Carpenter back and makes the running catch toward the foul line. So a quick inning here for Condon Dolly. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. That'll go F9. And we are through 4.5, halfway home, or not quite halfway, I guess. Well, we're halfway. And your score from Palmer, Alaska, it's Matsu 2, Chugiak 0. Welcome back to Palmer, Alaska. Well, glad to hear from old Chris Beck. Just got a text message from him a few minutes ago. Making some comments about the NC2A rules. We heard from Mark Ortiz, too. Thanks for checking in, Mark. We are in the bottom of inning number 5. Fly ball to center. Mike Kelly under it, and he'll make the grab. 2 hands till you're in the big leagues. Like to see that. And there's 1 away. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Alex Thurston.
Here's Alex Thurston, the 9-hitter for the Miners. Well, awful good to hear from the High Chew man, Mark Ortiz. I'm not sure where he's at right now. was one of these Chinook all-timers as an assistant coach. Probably the best first base coach that I might have had as a Chinook head coach. Mark Ortiz really had a good feel for base runners. Line drive to short, caught. Tommy Rover spears it out of the air, and there's 2 outs. So 2 up, 2 down. Here's the leadoff hitter, Emilio Barreras.
Your shortstop, number 1, Emilio Barreras.
Barreras lined out to short, grounded out to first base. He's 0 for 2. So appreciate getting a text from Chris. And certainly we miss his influence up here. What an amazing job Chris and Danielle did in really starting this whole Alaska AIA baseball experience for so many young men, myself included as a coach. And Tim Cole takes over for Chris. And we certainly wish Chris the best at the Masters. There's a ground ball to second. Easy play there, and that's the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Nice play there by Ryan Lanesha. And we're on to the 6th inning. It's 2-0 Miners.
Miners 2, Chinook 0.
Top of the lineup for the Chinooks, Mike Kelly to lead it off. First pitch is inside, ball 1. Yeah, all kinds of Chinooks checking in, and I appreciate some of the feedback as we move on. 6th inning here in Palmer. Chris Beck will appreciate post-game meal out at Fred Meyer's tonight. And you know what's on the menu, brother. Those chicken tenders. Outside to Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly, a couple of fly balls to left field. It's a 1-1 count on the Chinook center fielder. Again, what a year for Kelly in the stolen base category. 32 of 33 in stolen base. A little tapper to short. Barreras throws across. He got a Tommy 319 on the year for Fresno Pacific. First pitch is going to miss inside, ball 1. Condon Dolly has been on the bump the whole way for the Miners tonight. Looks like the Chinooks might go to their bullpen next inning, as you got the right-hander throwing down there. And I've tried to put the binoculars on, but can't quite tell who's on it. There's a pop-up, and who's going to catch it? The third baseman's going to snag it. That's Braden Rogers for out number 2.
Number 8, Ben Weaver.
So that'll go F5. He was in the outfield technically, so it's a fly ball. If he's on the infield, that's a P5 pop-up. So with 2 outs and nobody aboard, here's right fielder Ben Weaver. The score's 2-0 Miners. Yeah, We settled on the tenders tonight for the post-game meal. First pitch just misses low. 1-0 to Ben. Ben, a strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging. 0 for 2 tonight for the returning Chinook from Wheaton College. Or Wheaton University. That ball's pretty well hit to center, but going to be playable for the center fielder, Sebastian Tomerlin. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning here in the 6th inning.
At the end of 5.5.
So we're through 5 1/2 innings, and it's 2-0 Miners. Back in just a minute. All right, the Chinooks have gone to the bullpen for the first time this season and for the first time tonight. Boy, that wind really whipping up. As you can see, the relief pitcher, Aaron Plotkin, 6 foot 210, a right-handed junior from Stephen F. Austin University, a Cisco Junior College transfer, and a Dallas, Texas native. Aaron Plotkin takes over for Evan Etchison. So you can close the book on Evan Etchison. He goes 5 complete, gives up 2 runs on, let's see here, 2 runs on 2 hits. Both those runs are going to be earned. And he'll give way to Aaron Plotkin, the junior out of Stephen F.
Leading off,
Stephen F. Austin, just a few minutes down the road from Tyler, Texas. That's where Dr. John Groth lives. Wife Kitty in the stands tonight. Casey Cole along for the ride tonight up here in Matsu. Not too cold tonight. But boy, Danielle Beck and my wife would always bring layer upon layer up here to Matsu. It can get chilly. We're right in the Matsu Valley. First pitch swing and you pop it up. Third baseman Mance giving chase, and now it's Audie making the catch, and they can't quite come up with it. Austin Young ranged way over in front of that dugout. Almost made a really nice catch. As Logan Manson, Austin Young kind of crossed paths at the last moment. Thought it was going to be Mance's ball, and Austin Young slid and just couldn't hold on to it. So it's this is Sebastian Tomerlin, the center fielder, leading off. He's 0 for 1. He struck out and got hit by a pitch. Laces a ball into the Miner bullpen down the right field corner for strike 2. Well, we had a post-practice meal at Keiko's house last night. So those of you familiar with the Chinook faithful, Keiko Torrington had the team over. Chicken cordon bleu, not a bad meal at the over in the Oberg neighborhood in Chugiak. Really nice gesture by Keiko to do the team meal. Thankfully, we got all those covered. Just yesterday, we got them all covered. Plotkin from the stretch. And just off the plate. Again, no scoreboard here, so we're kind of guessing on the count. We're counting on Brad. All right, we got the Becks checking in. Nice. And I don't know who, is that Rob? A little fly ball that's going to go out of play. It's a former Chinook there, I think. Is that Rob Winslow? You got it on the big screen. Nice to see that. So hope you're getting some good sound and some good pictures. We had a little bit of a glitching issue for some of the viewers, so apologize about that. We're still trying to get on track here. I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi here at Matsu or if it's we're trying to pump out too high of a stream on the quality. But thanks for the picture. That's awesome, man. Go Chinooks. So great. The watch party. I love it. Well, tomorrow night we got the home opener at Lee Jordan Field. The first time we're going to play a game without Chris Beck in the dugout. And that'll be a little different. I'll miss old number 42. First time I won't be in the dugout. So but I'll be close at hand. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Aaron Plotkin, that's going to miss, and it's a full count. Yeah, we'll still have post-game. Hey, Tim Watkins, thanks for checking in. We already had story time last. We've had one post-game, post-practice meal, and of course, Colonel Ted was telling a good story. Ted McGovern, classic storyteller. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's one out here in the 6th. Plotkin strikes out his first batter of the evening. So he gets his first punch out. That's strikeout number 3 on the night for Chinook pitchers. Here's Cooper Vest for the 3rd time. 1 for 2 on the evening for the minor first baseman. Single to left field back in the 1st inning. Grounded back to the pitcher in the 3rd inning. Aaron Plotkin toeing the rubber for Chukiak here in inning number 6. 2-0 Miners. In game number 1, pitch is in there. No balls and 1 strike to the minor first baseman. Well, appreciate all the feedback. Watching from Indiana, Beth Etchison. Go Chinooks. Swing and a miss. Got some good baseball at the highest level of college baseball. I think Indiana State has marched their way into the super regionals, and I think Indiana is trying to make their way there as well. So thanks for checking in, Miss Atchison. Appreciate the shout out from Indiana. Fouled out to the left side, out of play. I got a brother that lives in Carmel, Indiana. Raised his 2 daughters there. My brother Jeff Groth, and 2 daughters went to IU in Bloomington. One of them ran track for the Hoosiers. Those post-game story times will continue, Tim, so no worries on that. Looking forward to having those times as well. Breaking pitch, just missed off the plate. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The Miners lead at 2-0. It's just this. I went next door between innings, and the Miner broadcasters kind of pulling their hair out of over Point Streak, the stat program that we've got our live stat feed on the scoreboard for you. But the inning is right, but the score is a little bit wrong. High pop up, right center field. Who's going to call it? It's going to be Mike Kelly taking charge for out number 2. So F8 if you're scoring at the house. Now Cooper Vest is out. Fielder number 23. Here's Maddox Haley. Haley struck out swinging in the 1st. He reached on a walk in the 4th. It's 0 for 1. And here comes the sun. We've had kind of a cooler start to the summer here in South Central Alaska. But a beautiful day to start the season. And that ball almost got him. Maddox Haley, he thought about taking off to first and then said, I guess it didn't hit me. I don't know what that was about. But 1-0 count to the minor left fielder. Aaron Plotkin from the set position, the pitch. Catches the corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. That wind is whipping. I'm telling you. I'll double check the old weather app here. They still, that's just not right. It says 5 miles an hour, just not buying it. Plotkin's jersey is blowing like nobody's business. Little looper into center. Kelly coming in and makes the running catch for out number 3. So a couple of fly balls to center field to Mike Kelly. It's a 3-up, 3-down, 6th inning for Aaron Plotkin. Good start for his ABL summer. And we're through the 6th inning. It's 2-0 Matsu. We're back in just a minute. You're watching ABL Baseball on the Chugiak Eagle River Chinook Network.
Get your red tickets out.
Top of the 7th, Ryan Matheson to lead it off. First pitch swing and grounds to short. Baraja fields it, throws it, 1 out. A lot of early swings tonight for the Chinooks. 1 pitch and 1 out. And because of that,
number 12, Austin Young.
Camden Dolly still on the bump for the men in white tonight. Got their Oakland A type uniforms going. And most of the guys wearing the high pants. I guess all of them are wearing the high pants. Got the dark green stirrups with the yellow stripes on them. 1 up and 1 down. Here's Austin Young. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Austin walked his first time up in the 2nd inning and hit into a fielder's choice 3-6 in the 4th. So Audi 0 for 1 tonight, officially. Yeah, I know. The weather people, they do their best, but sometimes I don't know what the deal is because the wind is whipping here. And for whatever reason and it's possible that wherever that wind gauge is that's giving the Palmer report, maybe it is 5 miles an hour, but it's not 5 miles an hour here at Herman Brothers. Those trees out in the outfield are whipping around, and you can see the jersey from here of the pitcher. And that's not going to move around with a 5 mile an hour wind, I can promise you that. 1 out. The next pitch to Audi. Fouled off to the right side. One of 3 returning Chinooks in the starting lineup tonight for the men in red jerseys. The kick and the pitch just off the plate. One ball, 2 strikes to Austin Young. Catcher out of the Masters. Here's the next pitch, and he fouls that one straight back. Yeah, I'm going to have to learn about camera placement at these ABL stadiums. I had to climb out on the roof here in front of me to put this one up tonight. And, boy, we're going to be in Anchorage later in the week. I'm not sure where the camera's going there. Fouled straight back and not too far from our crowd mic down there. So, clang goes that. We're in the top of the 7th. It's 2-0 Miners. Our scoreboard a little bit off. They're challenging to get the point streak right on the stats. There's a base hit to right field, so Austin Young gets his first hit of the summer to right field. And there's 1 on and 1 out. The Chinooks need to get some base runners here. Still plenty of time in the 7th, but they trail 2-0. Ryan Callahan 0 for 2. Ground ball to the pitcher, a strikeout swinging. Chinooks, that's their 3rd hit of the night. Hasn't been a lot of offense, and as we noted earlier, typically the pitchers are going to be a little ahead of the hitters, as those hitters, an awful lot of these hitters, have not seen a live pitch in sometimes a month, and for some maybe a week or 2, but just a little bit more challenging for the hitters to get adjusted to that live pitching than it is for the pitchers to face live hitters. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Chinook left fielder. Fastball misses outside. Well, the two broadcasters for the Miners, a big thank you to them, Austin Barak and Jesse Cook. And they're doing what we're doing. Little looper into right, back-to-back singles to right field for the Chinooks, and here they come. They have the tying runs aboard here in the 7th. So a base hit by Audie to right field, and now Callahan does the same thing. 2 on, 1 out. Ty Beck steps in. And that's going to bring a visit from the Miners pitching coach. Let's see if we can figure out who that might be. And they don't list him on their roster, so we're not going to know. Tyler LeBrun in his 4th season as head coach of the Miners. Congratulations to he and his wife. On the pregame interview, he revealed to me, at least, that they're expecting their first child here and right after the end of the season. So he was hoping and praying that she didn't go into labor too early. I think mid-August is her due date. But we did have pregame interviews tonight from both head coaches. Good chat with Tim Cole and Tyler LeBrun. So we'll probably run the Tim Cole interview tomorrow. I don't know what the issue was. We were live and streaming just fine, and then the stream dropped, and we had to scramble to get us back on. But apologize for that, as we did have pregame interviews with both coaches. We'll do that. We'll try to go on the air about 15 minutes before game time. So if you want to hear from some of our coaches and some of our players, we'll work our way through the roster here this summer, interviewing all the Chinooks on the pregame side of things and try to get an interview from the opposing coach from time to time. Get their perspective on how the summer's going for their clubs. Beck took the first pitch outside, 1-0. Chinooks with a chance to get right back into this. They trail 2-0, and that's got to be a balk, doesn't it? Shortstop wasn't covering the bag.
Hey, folks, we got hamburger buns and hot dog buns at the snack shack.
And I don't know. We're going to call this a little loosely there. I might have a little question on the balk there. That he spun and throw the ball to the shortstop, and he didn't move. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1 on Ty Beck. Well, we've got some new rules because of those the pitch clock. And we also have some new rules related to those pickoffs. So I still think that shortstop, you can't take a pickoff at your position. You got to be moving toward the bag. And I'll have to ask old Mr. Brad Polk maybe after the game about that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Chinook DH, Ty Beck. 2 groundouts for Ty tonight. He's 0 for 2. That pitch misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chinooks trying to put some runs on the board. They trail 2-0. You're playing on here in the top of the 7th inning. Almost time to stretch it out. That pitch misses inside. 3-2 to the Chinook DH. We're at the 7th position in the Chugiak lineup. Logan Mance scheduled to hit next for the Chinooks.
Down.
And now you're 1 pitch away from loading them up. And you do have some activity in that minor bullpen. Dahl the pitch. Ball 4, and they're loaded. So Ty Beck, good job of working the count to his favor and drawing the walk.
Third base number 21.
And you got
Logan
bases
Mance.
full of Chinooks with only 1 out. Logan Mance, the 8-hitter in the lineup, he's got one of the 2 Chinook hits, and here comes Tyler LeBrun, and this will be all for Camden Dolly. Pretty good outing for the right-hander from Idaho, and he'll give way to the new pitcher. We'll let you know who that is when we return. All right, the new pitcher for the Miners, 6'1", 180, a left-handed freshman from Murray State out of Evansville, Indiana. Ethan Like, the new pitcher. He'll take over for Camden Dolly. Dolly leaves them loaded, so all those runners are his responsibility. We're in the 7th. It's 2-0 Miners. 1 out in the inning. Logan Mance, 1 for 2 in the ball game, steps in. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. Good breaking ball by Ethan Like. Mance, a base hit. That was the first hit of the night for the Chinooks back in the 3rd inning. Struck out looking in the 5th. Here's the 0-1 from Like. Foul tip, and holding on is the catcher, Austin Machado. So it's quickly 0-2 on Logan Mance. Well, you need a productive at bat here. Somehow put it in play. Stay out of the double play. See if you can get a run in. Inside, ball 1. 1-2. A ground ball, a fly ball. You just got to stay away from the double play. Chinooks trail 2-0 here, so very manageable. Golden opportunity here in inning number 7. There's a ground ball foul. And head coach Tim Cole couldn't make the play. Went by him. Tried to get over there and kick it. And again, the massive amount of foul territory here. I don't know if I've ever been at a ballpark that's got more foul territory than this one. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that'll be 6 strikeouts on the night for Miner pitching. That's the first strikeout, and it comes at a big time for Ethan Like. Ryan Lanesha will step in. He's 0 for 2. Grounded to second base, flew out to right field, and boy, big spot in this ball game in the 7th. 2-0 score, bases loaded. First pitch in there for strike 1. And boy, Ethan Like has come in and pumped strikes at the Chinook batters. Like from the stretch, the kick, the 0-1 pitch is going to miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the top of the 7th. It's almost time to stretch it out. Miners lead 2-0. But the Chinooks threatening here in their half of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Missed inside. I think it's 2-1. Again, no scoreboard tonight here at Herman Brothers. So we're kind of guessing on that until, and there it is, 2-1. Thank you, Mr. Brad. Beck's at first, Callahan at second, Austin Young at third. The pitch. Little tapper. This is a tough play. You catch it, you throw it, and just did get him. Good play at third base by Braden Rogers to end the inning. Off the bat, you thought that Lanesha might have had a chance to beat that thing out, but couldn't quite beat the throw. No runs on 2 hits. You leave them loaded, and it's time to stretch it out at the ballpark. Miners lead it 2-0.
Folks, I noticed that you haven't been practicing in the off-season. We'll try it again next game, though.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Aaron Plotkin back on the mound for the Chinooks. Dr. John Groth with you. Hope you got out of your easy chair back at the house. Time to stretch it out at the ballpark. We got to get that. We got to get Take Me Out to the Ball Game on the iPad at Lee Jordan. We're gonna have to do that same thing tomorrow. I don't know. We also got to make sure that we got the Gaither anthem. I know Chris Beck will love that. We actually practiced the anthem at practice the other day. And guess what we played? The Gaither Trio version of the national anthem. It's an awesome version, and I got goosebumps.
Out of Dallas, Texas, and Stephen F. Austin University, number 32, Aaron Plotkin.
So Plotkin will continue on the mound, a 1-2-3 6th inning for Aaron. And so he's retired all 3 minors he's faced. Caden Carpenter.
Caden Carpenter.
Carpenter has drawn 2 walks, so no official at-bats yet this summer for Carpenter. Big left-handed batting right fielder. Carpenter listed at 6'4", 230. Boy, big swing right there. Fouls it straight back, and it's 0-1. Well, we'll do it the same time tomorrow. We'll be on the air about 5:45 with pregame interviews. And tomorrow will be the home opener for the Chinooks. Glacier Pilots come to town. Fly ball left field, pretty well hit, but the wind's going to knock it way in. And coming in to make the play is Ryan Callahan for out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman number 18, Braden Rogers.
Well, that flag is all kinds of twisted on that flagpole in center. I don't think I've ever seen a flag quite draped and stuck. Part of it's stuck on the top, and it's really can't tell anything. We'll have the pennants out tomorrow at Lee Jordan Field, so if you're watching tonight, come on out to the ballpark and enjoy some great college baseball at Loretta French Sports Complex and Lee Jordan Field. Braden Rogers steps in. He's 1 for 2 tonight. 1-0 pitch. Going to miss. 2-0. Plotkin from the stretch. Another fly ball hit into ball. Has a chance to get out of here. Not tonight, though. Wind is blowing everything in. And stepping in now is the designated hitter, Mario Bajarano. And he's 0 for 2. Couple of little squibbers right back to the mound. Bajarano is a pitcher by definition on the roster. And talking to Tyler LeBrun before the game, the Miners only had 9 batters in batting practice today. So they're still waiting on a bunch of their guys. And so one of the pitchers is getting some ABs here in game number 1. And that would be this young man here, Mario Bajarano. I think we're 1-1 on the count. 2-0 in the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Aaron Plotkin has retired all 5 minors he's faced. The kick, the pitch, and fouled it right here at home plate. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Plotkin has the sign, come set. Here's the pitch. It's fouled out of play. Somebody's got a souvenir right down the left field line. Crowd's hanging in there. Of course, with the early start times, you don't have to leave as early. It's 7:52 local time. So, when these 6 o'clock start times, some of these fans that have to get up and go to work tomorrow, they don't have to leave quite as early. Of course, they got to get out here earlier, and we got a really nice gathering tonight. Here at Herman Brothers, you got stadium seat or bleacher seating all the way down past the dugouts, and it's full all the way down. Of course, plenty of people bringing their own lawn chairs and such, and those chairs are streamed all the way down to both bullpens. Plotkin, the deep breath, and the pitch. Another foul ball. Good at bat right here by Bajarano. What I'll be curious to see is how many more at-bats the Babe gets. He kind of looks like Babe Ruth up there. He's got the high pants going, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm an old-school guy. I'm not a fan of the high pants. He's got the pants rolled up over his knees. I don't think the Babe ever did that. Swing and a miss. Got him on a good breaking ball. Strikeout number 4 of the night for Chinook pitching. Second strikeout for Aaron Plotkin. And that'll do it. Aaron Plotkin has retired all 6 minors in a row. We're going to the 8th inning. It's 2-0 Miners.
Blue program prize tickets.
Top of the lineup for the Chinooks here, Mike Kelly. 0 for 3, couple fly balls to left, grounder to short for the Chinook center fielder. He'll face the left-handed reliever, Ethan Like. And, boy, what a job he did. Strikeout, ground out, got out of trouble with the bases loaded and only one out in the Chinook 7th. He'll come back in and face the top of the Chinook lineup here in the 8th inning. Chinooks trail 2-0. And evidently the point streak has shut down because I think we're stuck in the 5th. So we're in the top of the 8th inning, and the score is 2-0. And we'll hope and pray that we don't have similar situation tomorrow with point streak. Kelly, Rover, Weaver scheduled to hit. Pop up left side, a lot of foul territory, and boy, you run out of time. That ball hit the ground before Rogers could get over there and make the play. Again, I don't know if I would guess, but I don't know, 60 feet of foul territory? At least, maybe 70? It's massive. I remember when I had to go when I was coaching third. You got to do a little work to get out to the box. A little exercise. Of course, the grass is so thick here. You kind of little leg workout just to get out the coach's box. And Colonel Ted way down at first base. I know Haichu Mark Ortiz used to do it routinely with no problem. All the energy he got from those life-changing Haichus. The Nooks pitcher is a lumberjack from Stephen F. Austin. Strike 3 called outside corner. And that's strikeout number 2 for Ethan Like. That's 7 strikeouts on the night for minor pitching. And that'll bring up shortstop Tommy Rover.
Shortstop number 6, Tommy Rover.
Rover 0 for 3, a strikeout looking, a grounder to first, and a fly ball to shallow left that was caught by third baseman Braden Rogers. First pitch. This is high and away, ball 1. Miners 2 runs on 4 hits. The Chinooks no runs on 3 hits. One ball, 1 strike on Tommy Rover. Ethan Like, a freshman from Murray State. Breaking pitch misses low. 2-1. From the stretch, the pitch. Just misses. I think we're even 2-2. Now that flag is starting to fly out there in center. You can kind of see the effects of the wind. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Foul tip. As Tommy, facing the left-hander, will flip it over and bat righty for the first time this summer. And it's a full count on the Chinook shortstop. The 3-2 pitch, fouled straight back. We'll do it again. Well, talking to Pete Christopher before the ball game, they've made a number of upgrades to some of the amenities out here at Herman Brothers, including a minor Hall of Fame of sorts, where the old umpire room was, and they've actually extended the clubhouse for the locker room for the miners and their coaches. So always doing something a little different out here. There's a tapper back to the mound, and flipping it over for out number 2 is Ethan Like. So 2 up and 2 down here in the Chinook 8th inning. And that will bring up Ben Weaver.
Now batting, right fielder number 8, Ben Weaver.
Ben Weaver flew out to center field his last time up, 0 for 3 on the night. Couple of strikeouts to go with that fly ball. Chinooks need some offense here. Minor pitching has done a good job of keeping the fish off the base, and he got hit on the front shoulder. He'll jog down, and that's what you need. You need some base runners. So now you're going to probably look to try to get Ben Weaver to second base. Well, you need to chip away at this 2-0 lead. Ryan Matheson will step in, and he's capable of doing some damage. Although on a night like tonight, for the right-handers, boy, we've seen some pretty well-hit balls just die in left field. The left fielder right now is Maddox Haley. He's playing really shallow just because of that wind. You're going to have to be a man to hit it out of here to left tonight. Check swing. Ball gets away from the catcher Machado, but not far enough. Check swing is called a ball. Check with the umpire at first. So 1-0 count on Ryan Matheson. A night like tonight, not probably going to see a lot of home runs. Maybe the lefties if you pull it right down the line. Line shot into the right field area, out of play. We are right on the Alaska State Fairgrounds here at Herman Brothers, Palmer, Alaska. Matsu Valley, beautiful snow-capped mountains all around the ballpark. Maybe as, other than the Lee Jordan Field, of course, maybe as picturesque a ballpark in the ABL as there is. Maybe a little deferential to the home park for the Chinooks, but boy, from the background standpoint, not too many better backgrounds than here at Herman Brothers. If you sit in the first base side of this ballpark and look off to left field, it's just gorgeous. Ground ball to second, and you'll flip it over to short, and there's your inning. Matheson, 4-6 if you're scoring at the house. No runs on no hits, one left. We go to the bottom of the eighth. The Chinooks are down to the last 3 outs. They trail 2-0. Welcome back to Palmer, Alaska. We're at Herman Brothers Field on the Alaska State Fairgrounds. Dr. John Groth with you. The Chinooks have gone to the bullpen for the second time tonight. Mark Schaumer, 5'10", 190, a right-handed junior from the University of Mary, a New Ulm, Minnesota product and native, will take over for Aaron Plotkin. What a nice outing for Aaron to start the season. 6 batters faced and 6 batters retired. He struck out 2. And now he'll give way to Mark Schaumer. Mark Schaumer, let's see if we can give you some numbers on him. University of Mary, 15 appearances, all of them out of the bullpen, 0-1.
Number 25, Austin Machado.
A 1.10 ERA, 16 in the third innings pitched, 15 strikeouts, 7 walks. Opposing batters hit just 211 off the right-handed junior from the University of Mary, Mark Schaumer. Stepping in is the 8th batter, Austin Machado, the catcher. 8, 9, and 1 for the Miners here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch, swing and a miss. Boy, kind of a 3/4, almost a little bit lower than 3/4 delivery for Schaumer. That ball comes out of his shoulder. Next pitch. Kind of hides it pretty well, too. 1 ball, 1 strike. Machado, a ground out to second, actually got an RBI, flew out to center. He's 0 for 2. Both runs by the Miners were scored in the first 2 innings, and one of them was on the double steal first to third play. The other was on a routine grounder by this guy, Austin Machado. He had a runner at third, and he had a routine ground ball that ended up scoring a run. And it's been a pitching and defense game here in Palmer tonight with that wind blowing really strongly, in from left. Next pitch, foul tip, straight back.
Full count.
And the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes as the sun makes its appearance. Boy, the drive back between here and Chugiak is so beautiful on a night like tonight. Get that sunset off to the right side of the road. And there's ball 4. So you don't need this as the Matsu Miners trying to extend a 2-0 lead. First walk of the night for Mark Schamer. And that's going to be 4 walks for Chinook pitching. Here's the 9-hitter, Alex Thurston. Fly ball to left, a liner to short. He's 0 for 2. Mark Schamer. Deep breath, the pitch. Going to show bunt. There it goes. And boy, a tough play here. You got to catch and throw on the run. Can't make the play. And got to believe you're going to give him a hit there. I'm going to give him an infield single. And so you got 2 on, nobody out here in the 8th inning for the Miners. And point streak has frozen up since the 5th inning, so we'll have no way of knowing on the live stats how the home team scored that, but got to believe they're going to give Thurston an infield single there on the bunt. So 2 on, nobody out. Top of the lineup, Emilio Barreras. He's 0 for 3. He's going to show bunt, pull back for ball 1. So the Miners lead it 2-0, and they're trying to extend that lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Schamer from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Look out! The bat goes flying over toward the Miner dugout, and the ball went over toward the Chinook dugout. So you had stuff flying in both directions there, towards both dugouts. As the crowd gets jazzed up, and so do I. And going to put a little more stickum on the bat there.
That throw a 9.2.
So back to the batter's box goes Emilio Barreras. 2 ground balls and a liner to short, looking for his first hit. They let him hit away here, so we'll see if they're going to bunt him here. He is going to bunt. There it is, right back to the mound. You better get an out here. And Schamer able to get that out. So that'll go 1-3 on the sacrifice. And the runners will move to second and third with 1 out.
Center fielder number 14,
Sebastian Tomerlin. Tomerlin on the night, 0 for 2. Got hit by a pitch and struck out twice. Well, you might be in line here for a safety squeeze. We'll see how they want to play it. First pitch. It's been a low-scoring game with that heavy wind in from left. 2-0 Miners, a single run in the first, a single run in the second. And they're threatening here in the bottom of the 8th to extend that. This is Mark Schamer, the 1-0. Off the plate, 2-0. Well, you got the first baseman, Cooper Vest, another lefty in the on-deck circle. He does have a hit tonight. He's 1 for 3. I think this is the guy you want to go at. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. Well, little surprised here that you don't have Lanesha coming in and cutting this run down. A routine grounder to short or second is going to be a run. And the runs have been hard to come by tonight. The corners are pinched a little bit, but even not too much there. As Mance a step behind third base and Matheson a step in front of first base. That pitch missed, and it's ball 4. So the bases are loaded with only 1 out here. That's going to be 5 walks for Chinook pitching, the second walk of the inning for Schamer.
Cooper Vest.
And dangerous at bat right here for the Chinooks. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 8th. You got to keep it right here on a low-scoring type of night. You hope for a double play ball here. You do have 1 out in the inning, so a double play would get you out of trouble. Mark Schamer, the junior from the University of Mary, misses on the first pitch, and Austin Young going to go out and try to settle him down. You got nowhere to put Cooper Vest here. You got to work ahead. Again, Vest 1 for 3 on the night. Base hit to left, grounder to the pitcher, fly out to center. Two nothing Miners. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. My scoreboard from the live stats is frozen up next door. The point streak is frozen on them. We have no scoreboard here at the ballpark. Swing and a miss. Boy, coming out of his shoes there is Cooper Vest. Got 2 strikes on Cooper. No, I'm sorry, 1-1. I thought it was 0-2. Here's the pitch from Schamer. Little looper into left field. That's going to score 1. And the second runner will be held. 3-0 Miners. RBI single by Cooper Vest. And that's a big run on a low-scoring night. Feels like it's more than 1 run right there. RBI single for Cooper Vest. That will score Machado as Thurston moves to third base. Runners on the corners with still only 1 out, and Maddox Haley steps in. Again, you're looking for a double play ball here. Haley on the night struck out swinging, walked, flew out to center. So officially he's 0 for 2. And there's a wild pitch. Gets away from Austin Young. Another run. And that hurts. 4-0. Everybody moves up a station on the wild pitch. And 2 runs now in the inning, and the Miners now lead at 4-0. Second and third, still only 1 out. And Tomerlin has gone to third. And Vest has gone to second. And there's a little tapper that's going to stay foul, as Matheson was kind of wondering if it was going to bounce fair. And boy, when you're in a game like this, you almost need to get that foul. You want to give up another run. Still only 1 out in the inning, so running on contact was Sebastian Tomerlin at third. He's at third. Cooper Vest at second. And I guess it was a broken bat on the play by Maddox Haley. Went off and got a new piece of lumber. We're in the bottom of the 8th. It's 4-0 Miners. They've scored 2 more here in the bottom. Again, no scoreboard here at the ballpark, so we got 2 strikes on the batter. Schamer has his sign, come set. The pitch. Fly ball left field, probably deep enough to score the run. We'll see what happens. Callahan catches. He'll let fly with a throw to the plate, and you got him. Nicely done by Ryan Callahan as Austin Young puts the tag down, and that's your inning. So that'll be a double play. That'll go F7 on the fly out, and it'll go 7-2 on the put out at home plate. And boy, it could have been worse for the Chinooks. The Miners get 2 runs on 2 hits. They'll leave 1 runner on base, and we'll go to the top of the 9th. Your new score from Herman Brothers, the Miners 4 and the Chinooks 0. Austin Young to lead it off for the Chinooks. They got 3 outs to work with here. They're trailing now by 4. And it's Ethan Lyke, the freshman from Murray State, back on the mound for the Miners. Next pitch into right field. This is trouble, and a diving catch that's caught by right fielder Caden Carpenter for out number 1. So I'm going to write it in my book as an L9, a little looping liner that Caden Carpenter came running in and belly flopped and held on to the baseball. So here is Ryan Callahan, the left fielder. Callahan 1 for 3 tonight. He had a single his last time up to right field. So Chinooks down to their last 2 outs here. First pitch misses. It's ball 1. 5, 6, and 7 for the Chinooks this inning. Callahan, the 1-0. Line drive, left field. That could be extra bases. Maybe the first double of the night. And he's going to get there standing up. So there's a little nice noise for the Chinook offense as Ryan Callahan gets the first extra base hit of the summer for the Chinooks. And with 1 out and a runner at second, now it's Ty Beck.
Now batting, designated hitter number 23.
Ty Beck walked his last time up to load the bases, and unfortunately, that was when they made the pitching change. Ethan Lyke since then has been nails. He came on and got a strikeout and a ground out to get out of that bases loaded 1-out jam in the 7th, and that really was a pivotal time in the game. First pitch to Ty Beck, misses outside, ball 1. 4-0 Miners. Top of inning number 9. A 2-run bottom of the 8th really changed the complexion of things here. It's a 2-0 game, boy, you get 1 runner on and the tying run is at the plate. Boy, nothing remotely close to home run type of things tonight with that wind blowing, whistling in from left field. Here's the next pitch to Ty. And that misses. 3 balls and no strikes. Well, you'd love to get some base runners here, and Ty Beck 1 pitch away from getting on for the 2nd time in a row. Logan Mance waits on deck for the Chinooks. The pitch is in there for a strike. Kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Healthy rip right there. And I think we got a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the Chinook DH. Ty Beck, a nice year at the Masters. 246 for a true freshman. He did a lot of DHing for the Masters, and he draws the 2nd walk of the night. So now you got 2 on, still only 1 out.
Baseman number 21.
And now it's Logan Mance. Well, this is what you need if you're a Chinook fan. You need base runners. You're down to your last 2 outs. Boy, you'd love to turn the lineup over and get Kelly and Rover and Weaver back up there. If you get those guys up, that means you're going to have a chance to get back into this game. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. Logan Mance, 1 for 3. Infield single in the 3rd inning. Couple of strikeouts, 1 looking and 1 swinging to go with that base hit. Ethan Lyke, the stretch. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Well, the sun's been in and out all night. Right now it's out. So we're thankful for that. Like the pitch. Misses low. Checks the runners and the pitch. Boy, kind of reaching for that one. Just got a piece of it. And I think we're 1-2. 2-2. All right. You can hear that wind whistling on our crowd mic. I'm telling you, it's between 20 and 30 today here at the ballpark, despite what that weather app tells me. Here's the 2-2 offering, fouled off again, and we'll start over with a 2-2 count. Ryan Lanesha waits on deck for the Chinooks. Wait. You still only got one out as the Chinooks try to build something here in the ninth. Another foul ball, this time to the first base side over toward the Miners dugout. Miners in the first base dugout here at Herman Brothers, and of course the Chinooks on the third base side. And this is the same setup that we'll have at Loretta French tomorrow at Lee Jordan Field. Chinooks at home are in the third base dugout. The next pitch gets away from Machado behind the plate, but not far enough for the runners to advance. Really, those runners are not meaningful at this point. You're still down 4-0 in a 3-2 count. You just need some productive at-bats here, quality at-bats that get base runners on. Here's the payoff. Foul tip, and he couldn't hold on. Back to the screen. And we'll do it again. Well, a double play would end it here. So you got to stay out of a double play if you're Logan Mance. Ideally, you're going to get on base here and then bring the tying run to the plate. Here's the pitch. Missed inside. And that's ball 4. And the bases are loaded for the second time. Back-to-back walks for the Chinooks. And let's see here.
Batting, second baseman number 1, Ryan Lanesha.
Ryan Lanesha is going to step in with a bases full of Chinooks. And that's going to bring a visit from the pitching coach. Don't think you're going to have a change here, but you're just going to slow things down a little bit. Going to try to tally up these walks here. 1, 2 and 3, I think. He got 3 walks on the night.
Hey folks, Miners action the rest of the week. Tomorrow they'll be in Anchorage taking on the Bucks. Wednesday is an off day. Back home Thursday against the Pilots, 6 p.m. It'll be Fred Meyer Day at the park. Friday, the Oilers will be here at 6. Matsu Regional Medical Center Day at the park.
Well, since he's going through the schedule, I'll go through the Chinook schedule for those of you who are.
Games this week.
Tomorrow night, the Chinooks will host.
Tuesday against the Bucks and
well,
also on Saturday against the Pilots.
Oh, there we go. We have the Pilots in town tomorrow, and then the Bucks on Wednesday. Off day Thursday, and then we travel to the Bucks on Friday. So, a couple of home games after this one. Fly ball to center field, pretty well hit, playable for Tomerlin, and the Chinooks will get on the board. It's 4-1. Sacrifice fly for Ryan Lanesha, and that'll go F8 with an RBI.
Center fielder number 2, Michael Kelly.
And now you have runners on the corners as Ty Beck tagged up and went to third base. Top of the lineup, Mike Kelly with 2 outs in the ninth. The last hope here for Shugiak. Here's the pitch. Little looper in the left field, base hit. That'll be another run, 4-2. So Kelly got jammed, but he fought it off. And he'll get the RBI single. So another run comes home. And this is good to see from just a pure team standpoint. You didn't want to go quietly, and you didn't in the ninth. So now you got the tying run on first base. The go-ahead run at the plate with 2 outs. Tommy Rover for the 5th time tonight. Still looking for his first hit. First pitch misses, ball 1. And now the Miner fans get a little itchy as the Chinooks have made a little run here in the ninth and tighten things up. It's 4-2. Ethan Lyke trying to finish it up in there for a strike. I can tell you right now, Tyler LeBrun does not want to have to use his bullpen. He's got a right-hander throwing, but he would much rather leave him down there in the bullpen here early in this season. Save that bullpen for tomorrow. Ground ball foul as Coach Tim Cole tries to snag it. Can't quite make the play. 4-2 our score. We're in the ninth. The Chinooks have battled back. It's a 1-2 count. You're down to your last strike. Ethan Like, the kick, the 1-2 pitch, and there's your ball game. Tommy Rover takes strike 3, and that will do it. 2 runs in the ninth inning for the Chinooks. They leave 2 on, and the Miners take the first game of the ABL season from the Chinooks by a score of 4-2. And we'll take just a minute, gather some numbers up, and wrap this one up and set the table for tomorrow's game against the Pilots. Back in just a minute. Give you some numbers and wrap this ball game up. The Chinooks lose their first game of the 2023 summer by a score of 4-2. And scoring started in the first inning for the Miners. The Chinooks went in order. The Miners would get their second batter on base. Sebastian Tomerlin got hit by a pitch. He would eventually score on a double steal, and it was 1-0 Miners after 1 inning. The second inning, the Chinooks could not score, and then the Miners were able to score another run, a leadoff walk to Carpenter, a single by Rogers put first and second with no one out, a grounder back to the pitcher by Bajarano put runners at second and third, and then a routine grounder by Austin Machado scored the second run for the Miners, and it was 2-0 Miners after 2 innings. Well, it stayed 2-0 all the way to the bottom of the 8th, so a lot of good pitching and some good defense through the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th inning, nothing but zeros. The Miners would add 2 big runs in the 8th inning, a leadoff walk, a bunt that ended up being a single, first and second, no one out. Then they sacrifice bunted those guys to second and third. Another walk loaded the bases. A single to left field scored 1 run, and let's see, where'd they get their other run? Wild pitch. So a wild pitch with the bases loaded scored the first run of that inning, and then the single to left scored the second. So 2 more runs gave the Miners a 4-0 lead, but the Chinooks would come back in the 9th inning. 1-out double by Callahan, a walk to Ty Beck, another walk to Logan Mance, a sacrifice fly by Ryan Lanesha, and an RBI single by Mike Kelly, and that would be the final score, 4-2. For the Chinooks on the night, Mike Kelly 1 for 5. Boy, I can't even hardly read this box score. 1 for 3 for Ryan Matheson. Austin Young went 1 for 3 tonight. Ryan Callahan, the big offensive star of the game for the Chinooks, he goes 2 for 3 and scores a run on the night. And that was all the offense for the Chinooks. They end up getting 5 hits, so 2 runs on 5 hits, did not commit an error. The Miners, on their side of things, well, they did not have much offense at all. 1, 2, 3 hits. They score 4 runs on just 3 hits. Of course, in that really important 8th inning, one of those runs scored was a leadoff walk, and boy, those leadoff walks always get you. And so the Miners score 4 runs on 3 hits. So final line score, Miners 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors. The Chinooks 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Your winning pitcher is going to be Camden Dolly. He's going to go to 1-0 and he'll get the win. Your losing pitcher, and actually, let's see, 4. Yeah, that's not a save situation, so Like will not get a save tonight. Your losing pitcher will be Evan Etchison, and Evan will drop his ABL record to 0-1. And so that will give the Chinooks an ABL record of 0-1, and it will take the Miners to 1-0 on the young season. So that'll wrap things up from Palmer, Alaska. The Chinooks back on the field tomorrow, home opener against the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. For these Miners, let's see who they got tomorrow night. The Miners will travel to Anchorage and play the Bucks. 6 o'clock first pitch for them, and so that's what's next for both of these clubs. We appreciate you chiming in on the live chat all evening. It's great to hear from some of you. We'll continue to try to get better at some of the technical parts of the broadcast. We apologize for